What's up everyone, it's Tube and welcome back to another breakdown and analysis video. But instead of a normal Pokemon breakdown video, we're gonna look at a Pokatuber and his recent video attacking my channel. So I'm pretty sure you guys all know about my Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire shirts. They were launched as part of a campaign back in August that was just so successful thanks to you guys that we just had to answer requests and make a third one, which led to this shirt, the Delta Emerald shirt. Now let's just forget about these two. A week after we launched this shirt, we received information from a few subscribers and Twitter followers that there was a very similar campaign going on, something we should really look into. And after finding out what the issue was over, I originally approached the situation in a humble way by excluding information to protect a certain individual. The situation that came to our attention was another campaign that was launched replicating our campaign. This campaign was launched a week after ours and it contained the same concept and base design as our shirts. And after my last video went up clearing up confusion on which shirt is the original, this individual decided to take matters in a more offensive and lie-based manner. Now, I'm gonna drop the BS. As most of you probably know, the name of this YouTuber is Giancarlo Mango 11. First off, he claims that we're not allowed to mention the names of other YouTubers in videos, which is completely false in this situation. The only reason I didn't mention his name in my initial video was out of respect for him, but after I watched his last video attacking me, I decided to lift that respect and let him and you guys know exactly what the real story is. So let's start off by breaking down his video. I'm gonna play back the claims and accusations he made in his video against me, but the only thing is, I'm gonna show you guys how exactly everything he says is false and why you should not trust people off word of mouth, especially this individual. Let's start off with the first claim of his.
The YouTuber in question did not even pay him or credit him for the shirt design he is selling, yet he is still claiming it as his own.
So the first accusation is that he claims Skizor says that I did not pay him or credit him for the shirt, but I'm still claiming the shirt as my own. I'm not sure what he meant by crediting him, but I have credited him on the two campaigns themselves, as well as credited him in the descriptions of the first few videos that introduced the shirt campaign. So for him to claim that I did not give him credit is completely false. Just look at my videos. Anytime I use music, use art, or use video clips or permission, I always get full credit. And this leads me to the payment claim he also made. They claim that I did not pay Skizor for the Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon designs. Now, when it comes to Skizor's business ethic, he always requests the full amount paid upfront before he begins to even work on the designs. But when it came to our conversation, after we established a price and requested a deadline and requested his PayPal information, he was very willing to just start working on them without asking for the full amount upfront. But that's when the communication between us began to slip. 4 days later, when he sent me the designs, I noticed that there were a few adjustments that had to be made in order to launch these designs. In order to get these fixed, I tried to get in contact with him again, but he claimed he was at school and never talked to me again, which forced me to fix the designs myself. As the campaign started to show success, I noticed on Twitter he was monitoring the sales as well as tweeting to others spreading that I did not pay him, and when I addressed him yet again to pay him, he did not reply. After the campaign ended, I approached Skizor yet again and talked about paying him yet again, except with how successful the campaigns were, offered to pay him double for his amazing work as well as opportunities to work with him again, and guess what? He didn't reply. And if you look at the conversation he had with Giancarlo, which was included in his attack video, he clearly admits that he read and ignored my messages and that he didn't like working with me. Tell me, what about constantly congratulating you, offering to pay you more, and giving you more opportunities makes you not want to work with me? And he also admits that he's been talking to Giancarlo on the other side while ignoring me. In case you guys couldn't tell, it was all a setup just so that Skizor could spread claims saying that I didn't pay him and use this against me to tarnish my campaign and my YouTube channel. And now that he finished setting me up, he finally replied just a few hours ago with this PayPal information, so he has been paid as of now.
The YouTuber also warned people not to buy my shirts, because if they did, they wouldn't receive them in time for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which is a completely false claim.
Now he claims that I told people not to buy his shirts because if they did, they wouldn't receive it in time. I'll leave a link to my video right now. Tell me any part in which I say don't buy GCPM11 shirts. I merely clear up questions regarding the spin-off version, explaining which is the original and that mine was launched much earlier than the spin-off ones. Regarding the shipping information, doing all of the math, the last of my shirts will ship out right before Aura's, but the last of his will be shipped out nearly a week after unless he decides to end his campaign early. So explain to me what false claim I have. Again, all part of his little scheme. And here's where everything he has said against me goes out the window, becoming completely invalid.
On top of that, Skizor confirmed that I asked for the Delta designs 5 days before the YouTuber did.
According to Giancarlo's conversation with Skizor, and in his own words, he says that he asked Skizor specifically for the Mega Rayquaza design 5 days before I did. But wait a minute, I asked Skizor for the Mega Rayquaza designs within hours of its reveal on October 2nd, so how does it make sense that Giancarlo went to Skizor specifically for Mega Rayquaza designs as mentioned in his video 5 days before anybody even knew there was one? I know some of my followers think I work for Game Freak, but this is ridiculous. At this point, what reason does anyone have to believe anything that you're saying when you and Skizor are clearly teaming up and making false claims out of nothing? Skizor could have easily made our business relationship a long-lasting and enjoyable one, but he chose to ignore me and take this route with Giancarlo. And as seen in his conversation with Giancarlo versus me, the way Skizor talks with me and the way he talks with Giancarlo is very different. And just put the pieces together. Why do you think that may be?
He was trying to increase the sales of his shirts by telling lies about my campaign.
So now he's saying that I made lies about him solely to increase sales on my shirts. Keep in mind that I merely started my t-shirt campaigns with the hope of getting a new computer and nothing else. After the success was insanely high, I continued my work solely for pleasing my subscribers who wanted more shirts and were happy with their product. There was never a need for me to do anything to increase the sales of my shirt other than to work hard on my YouTube videos. You think I talked about my campaign ending earlier to make more sales? What about this?
I'm actually going to use some of the money from the shirts to donate to ALS. You guys might know it as the Ice Bucket Challenge, but it's way bigger than that. I was nominated for the Ice Bucket Challenge multiple times. I'm still not sure if I'm going to do it, but I'm definitely going to donate. So if you get a shirt, you're also supporting a great cause.
You took advantage of the Ice Bucket ALS challenge and falsely claimed that you would donate money made off the shirts to the ALS Foundation. And because you made such a claim, I actually purchased one of the shirts to show my support to both you and the foundation. And I've been closely observing, and you haven't given us any update on you donating to ALS or even mentioning it for that matter. And as a contributor, I want my update and not an update of you donating right now just to cover up another lie. I want to know that you use your subscribers, followers, and fans for the right reasons instead of saying that I didn't and I don't.
I took this attack very personally.
You claim that you took this attack so personally, but what was there that was so personal? Me telling the truth or you being forced to tell a lie? If you took something as lightly as that personal, how do you expect me to react when I log on to Twitter and see countless memes and tweets targeted to me that are way more offensive and personal? For example, how do you think I'm supposed to feel when I go to your profile and there's a mockery of my design with an image of Osama bin Laden on it, targeted racially towards me? Really? Childish stuff like that you condone, plus you're much older than me. I'd expect much more from you. And to make matters more personal, you decided to bring some of your friends and have them fight your false battle for you while you sat back laughing at the situation. Now let me tell you guys something that I've never said before. About 5 years ago, I was inspired to make YouTube videos by a Mega Man YouTuber known as TimeMace22222. But after my channel was terminated, it was a PokeTuber known as Giancarlo Perrymango11 that inspired me to start over and become who I am today. So I absolutely did not want to have to make this video, but your immature attitude has brought us to the situation where I have to, and I'm totally disappointed in you. Never would I take advantage of subscribers and followers just because they look up to you and even lie to them just to get them on your side, and hopefully you've learned that by now. And in case you guys didn't know before simply believing him, Giancarlo actually has a pretty big history of lying, stealing, and scamming people. Just search his name on YouTube and you may find some of the leftover videos. And if you guys are wondering why I'm stressing so much as to why not to trust them and why I'm defending myself so much, it's because back then when I was in your guys' shoes as just a subscriber and aspiring YouTuber, he used me and insulted my intelligence to ruin another YouTuber's hard work. And I know better than to keep those affiliations now, especially after this, but I don't want you guys to be played for fools again ever in the future either. Anyways, I apologize to my subscribers for having to have to make this video and put my real videos on hold. It's just that when you wake up and notice that an attack like this has given your videos over 400 pointless dislikes, you can't just upload another video knowing that all of the countless hours you put into that video are just gonna be stomped on by internet trolls who take away from what the video really should be. At the end of the day, I would easily choose my subscribers over these campaigns, and I promise that with tomorrow, we'll be back on the regular Tyranitar Tube uploads. In fact, there's a nice long video all prepped up for tomorrow. I don't disappoint, do I?